Coming to the couch, we have a man who sought purpose once the camera stopped rolling. Commercial actor extraordinaire, now turned author, has a new ebook called The Business of Commercial Acting. Alonzo B Slater.
Natasha.
Look at you.
How are you?
Oh my good. I don't know if you're on your way to a baptismal, your wedding, or you look fantastic.
Thank you, Natasha. You too.
I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so happy to have you here.
It's finally happening. We're finally having our moment, me and you.
But the wait was worth it.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So to even begin to think of this man who dominates the commercial space,
Yes.
You are now an author.
Amazing.
Did you see this in your life?
Of course I did, but I didn't know when it was going to happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So just, navigating through the industry and also navigating through real life, because life happens.
Life is lifing.
And it doesn't matter what you're doing, because it's going to happen. It just really, it helped me for this moment. It prepared me for this moment. So I'm happy that I have a book out and, giving all the tips and the tricks that helped me along my way. The ebook, I'm hoping that book would inspire people and also help actors, gain confidence and knowledge about the industry too. Yeah.
So before we get to the insatiable desire that you had within you to just want to share the magic that kind of trickled over your life,
Yes.
Let's take it back to the young Alonzo days. Who was your light of inspiration to get you to even want to do commercial acting?
Right. Well, just acting, period, would have to be my grandmother and my father. They were so into the arts. My grandma was a writer and director, and she did a lot of stage plays in Baltimore, Maryland. My dad was an amazing basketball player in high school. He did background vocals.
Tall.
I don't play ball. Trash.
What a waste of height.
No, I tried it. I ran track.
Okay.
So, and he also did background vocals for, the Vandross when they were younger. So I do have, a voice too. I'm definitely, can't wait to start working on that and putting that more out
you can
there.
sing.
I could do a little.
You could do a
something.
little.
My first audition was for Lion King at the age of 11.
I can
New York.
see that.
Yeah, going out for Simba. And so that was like my first introduction into the industry.
Wow.
Understanding the techniques of auditioning and, business etiquette when you're around other people and also just, understanding and grasping that, when you do receive a no, it doesn't mean that, you're not right for this industry. You're just not right for that role at that moment.
Right, because that business, you get more no's than yeses.
Of course.
I mean, well, in your case,
it's so many no's.
No, in your case, you get more yeses than no's, clearly.
Well,
because I can't turn on my TV and not see Alonzo Plaster.
Thank you, but it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. The journey has been real. I had to leave Jersey and New York to transition to LA.
And so with all of those no's, what kept you going? Clearly you come from a foundation of discipline, having your grandmother and your father in the business.
Yes.
What kept you going through all of those no's to seek your yes?
Knowing that I do see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I know that my light is bright, and I know that if I just keep going and stay around the right people and work on my craft, you just can't say you're something you're not working towards. So I'm big on rehearsals and practicing, and going over things over and over and over and over again until it's right, because that's how you make it. And people are spending hard work and money to see you perform or whatever you're doing. You got to show up and show out. All the time.
So you left the East Coast, New York, New Jersey, familiarity, your friends, your family, the wonderful smell of the subway. Being comfortable. Yeah, being comfortable. And you ventured out to Los Angeles on your own, or did you at least come with a friend?
I came on my own in 2018, and I stayed with a few people, and so
couch surfing,
the typical, and Van Nuys, and also Rancho Cucamonga. So from Rancho Cucamonga, I still had to get on a train to get to downtown to get to my audition.
Because you didn't have a car yet.
I didn't have a car.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a lot.
Yeah.
And then from after the audition, I might want to be mixy and go out to an event and network because I'm new in town. I can't get back on that train to get to Rancho Cucamonga because the trains aren't working. So what do I do now?
And so for anyone watching, Rancho Cucamonga to where you have to be is very far. And I think a lot of people don't understand geographically. They just hear Hollywood, they hear Los Angeles,
Right.
and they think
And
everything is
it's
right there. But everything
need a
this
car.
is very
You
spread
need
out. And so your determination outweighed the no's, the negativity, the days where you probably, I'm assuming, went flat out broke.
Oh,
You barely had a quarter to get
on the bus,
50,
on the train, but the work ethic stood out.
The work ethic.
The work ethic definitely stood out.
And now I'm looking at you here, and you, not only do you look like you should be on the cover of somebody's amazing magazine, you smell great, you speak
That's
well.
That Joe Malone.
Your energy, I mean, can you feel his energy? Everything about him is just oozing of success.
Thank you.
But what about the dating life? Because keeping friends in LA, dating in LA, having kids in LA, I know firsthand, everything is almost impossible.
There, because the scheduling, everyone's busy.
And you look social.
I like to be in the mix. You know, I'm young, so I like to, know what's going on, and I mind my business, but I like to, keep my face out and about so people remember me. You just never know. There's so many people that's working behind the scenes that could make a really good consideration or a referral for you. You just never know. So yeah, I like to just make sure I'm out at the right places. I love that. We're going to get back to that question. Places. So now you spend your days casting. You go through the grueling measures of remembering lines, looking a certain way, playing the part. And fast forward through your journey, not too long after you get here and you're able to kind of sit in this comfort of being a transplant from New Jersey to Los Angeles, we hit a road and we hit this pandemic. What transformative thing happened within you while the world is crumbling? There's a fire inside of you that's burning, and you produce this ebook, The Business of Commercial Acting. How, where, and how many toilet sessions did you go through to produce that? I mean, it took months. I just had a lot of downtime because I wasn't working, doing television shows and movies. Very scared because my rent is very expensive. And my bank account was just looking at me like, we have to do something. And I can't keep a regular job, So what else can I do that I can still work on my craft, but I can also give back at the same time? And so the business of commercial acting was definitely that outlet for me to do my thing. And the book is not long, a good 25, 26 pages, and it just breaks down all of my experiences, all of my tips that helped me along the way in this industry, building a team, proper headshots, representation, and, PR, eventually when you build and get big in the industry, we break down all of those things. And I also have one-on-one coaching, just in case that the masterclass might not be, good enough for you, or, some people don't like to read, but a lot of people do, like one-on-one coaching. Having that intimate one-on-one with someone, and you can ask me questions. I can provide clarity for you and definitely help you, and you can gain knowledge and confidence with the one-on-one coaching. So I'm helping with auditions. We're prepping for callbacks. Even if you book a gig, I'll help you prep the night before for your project, so you are on your game. Nice. If you need referrals or representation, we're going to make sure we are building your profile, and make sure you have everything together, so when you get an agent, you're ready. You're prepared. And also, if I'm referring you, you got to be prepared.
Sure. Let's talk about that. Even getting an agent. A lot of people assume you come to Hollywood, you have an agent, you have a manager, and you have everything at your fingertips. Right. How long did it take for you to really secure an agent that you could trust, that you knew had their best, that you had? How long did it take for you to really secure an agent that you knew that you can trust, that had your best interest
Right.
at heart?
Well, I'm still fighting the good fight to have that perfect team. And I don't know when that time will come, but I feel like with more credentials and more work under my belt and, more notoriety, I'll get the perfect team that I deserve. But I got my first agent in New York. And so that helped me, with auditions as far as like, just knowing the basics of being like an actor. So I got my first agent out there, and then I moved out here. That agent was able to transfer me here too. So they had a branch out here too. And then I was just able to just build. But I'm no longer with that agent.
Okay.
And also too, it's the stigma in Hollywood that you need one agent. I don't know where that came from. I don't understand why.
An agent said that.
Right, an agent said that probably. I've always been the person that I always like to keep my eggs in all different type of baskets.
Yeah.
So I do have more than one agent.
See, that's something
more
that
than three, actually.
I'm sure people. There's probably a lot of people who don't know that.
They don't know. They don't, because you think you come to Hollywood and you're only supposed to have one agent and one manager. Yeah, eventually when you're at Issa Rae's level, or Denzel and Beyonce and the Ushers and the Morgan Freemans, the A-list of it all,
right,
you can have that one-on-one. But I feel like as a newbie and you're just transitioning to LA and just trying to just figure it out, it has to be all hands on deck. And
Absolutely.
Sometimes a lot of agents don't like it, and if they don't like it, just tell them bye, and we'll just find another one.
Absolutely.
When
did you realize you were on the train of success? What was that one booking that made you feel like you're hitting it?
Right. It would have to be my first lead role. It was on the OWN network, Christmas for Mary. I booked that at the age 30. Yeah, that was my debut in Hollywood. Special thanks to the OWN network and Vivica A. Fox and Hybrid Films. That was my debut into Hollywood, and it was so funny because my mom told a friend of mine that if you don't make it by 30, you might as well just bring his butt back to Jersey
No pressure,
City.
Mom.
Okay, but what are the odds though?
Yeah,
she wasn't being negative, but she's a mom.
She manifested that too.
Absolutely.
She spoke that
she
over
said,
your life.
At age 30, if this nigga do not get it, he needs to come home. And God said, well, let's bring him something to keep him going.
Absolutely.
Because Cynthia wants you to come back home.
You're not ready to go home.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No.
So if you could share a little bit of inspiration to one person watching this, who's feeling defeated, who just went through the audition, the callback, the second callback, the hold.
Being on hold, okay? Come on, Natasha.
And then did not get the role. They have $15 in their bank account. Rent is due in a week. What is a piece of inspiration you can share to that person?
Prayer, literally praying, and also just have that feeling inside and knowing that you're onto something. You're gonna get so many no's. I wake up to no's, literally. I just had to know before Natasha called me into this couch
Somebody
for
cue
a job.
Destiny Child. No.
Come on.
No.
Yeah. Hey, so it's a constant road. It's a constant struggle. But once you get over that threshold, and you will, it's gonna just keep flowing. But it's also understanding your audience and understanding what you want to do in this industry. Having some type of some goals, some type of focus. Let's focus on one thing before we get into something else, and just being into yourself, literally, and just knowing that it's going to happen.
Who do you have a list of any dream actors that you want to work with?
So many. One of them being Chadwick Boseman. He's a
Oh.
true inspiration. And I had the honor
You
of
look
meeting.
like you could like play a role and be
It
like
would
his
be great.
brother or cousin
I
or
hear it all the time.
even Ryan Coogler. Like I can
Ryan, yes,
see.
come on.
Wow.
I love Don Cheadle.
Oh
Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. The Michael Ealy's of it all. Lance Gross, he's phenomenal. There's a lot of Black actors that is really, really killing it, and I'm fans of all of them. I mean, the list goes on. Sidney Poitier. I mean, can we go there
okay,
really quick?
wait, but
Come
I'm
on.
thinking because I love Christmas movies, and just
Oh
because you
yes,
said you booked your first big role in a
yes.
Christmas film, what's a lead female that could play opposite you that you see yourself like maybe being a husband or I don't know, like a love interest?
Mm, that's a great question, actually. Mm.
I can see Issa Rae.
Issa Rae would be great.
I can
Issa
see all
Rae,
that chocolatey
yes.
goodness.
Issa
Oh yeah.
Rae would be great. I would also love to work with Dominique Fishback.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Ooh.
Amazing in Swarm.
Ooh.
Also, who else? I love Lupita.
Oh yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Just a brilliant
Well,
talent.
we're manifesting
Come
right now.
on.
We're manifesting
Let's
right
do
now.
it.
Are you
Let's
proud
do
of
it.
yourself?
I'm very proud of myself. I've come a long way. A very long way. Sometimes I don't give myself grace, or that pat on my back, but I'm learning to really just be like, you made it this far, Alonzo. Getting on the plane with those suitcases and those duffel bags, you won already. Now anything else is just a little sprinkle.
I mean, you have a name that's meant to be on a marquee. Alonzo B Slater.
Yeah.
Like there's no losing there. There's no
It's all up to me. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
no pressure from me. I mean, based on what I'm seeing in front of me, your
Yes.
name, and just feeling your energy and
Yes.
your dedication, and just seeing the work that you've done already.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm a fan.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely
and I'm a fan of yours too.
Oh, listen.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see where we both, land.
We land on a red carpet.
Yes.
And I am interviewing you.
Yeah.
Or we land on, the next set and you're coming on my show because you're starring in your movie.
Or I'm inviting you to my estate and we're doing an interview there.
Hello.
In the game room. Or just in my beautiful living room.
Absolutely.
Like yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
The business of commercial acting.
Yes,
Where can we find this?
You can AlonzoBSlater.com, AlonzoBSlater.com, and go to the right side and go to Business of Commercial Acting, and the ebook is there, the one-on-one coaching, and the virtual masterclass.
Do you have
an
Audible?
I do have an Audible.
You do?
Yes.
Like people can listen to it while
Oh, I don't have Audible. No. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's cut that out. I don't have Audible. That's a great idea.
Well, if you ever think about a narrating portion of this, you can definitely give me a call.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yes.
I'll charge you coffee and tea or something.
Okay.
And I'll narrate it
Definitely.
for you.
Definitely. So AlonzoBSlater.com or AlonzoBSlaterBoca.com, which is Business of Commercial Acting, but AlonzoBSlaterBoca.com. And book your appointment for one-on-one coaching, purchase my ebook, learn those tips and tricks, gain that knowledge, audition with ease. And the virtual masterclass is there and it's amazing. I have my students sit in and they're also showing how to do a proper frame when you're slating. And they give their testimonies too on how the business of commercial acting helped them. And my students are getting signed. I just had one of my students book a big car commercial.
Congratulations.
So that footage is coming soon. So I'm very, very proud.
And can we expect for your masterclass, the Alonzo B Slater masterclass, to go on tour?
Hey, I'm open for it. You know what I mean? I'm open to expand the business of just acting, period, with Alonzo B Slater. Talk about social media etiquette. And also, let's, get into more building your team too. So I will be doing another in person in LA in January. So I'm excited about that. So everyone that didn't come out in September, they could come out in January. Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. I am honored.
Thank you,
I can't
Natasha,
wait for the
having me.
next.
Yes.
The Business of Commercial Acting, available now.
Yes.